Hi there, thank you for joining me today again and for being subscribed to my channel. Thank you for watching my videos. My name's Jackie. In case you're new to my channel, if you would like to subscribe, you can hit that subscription button down there. Today I have a story time for y'all. I'm gonna try not to make the story too long. I know most of my videos or tutorials have been like 20 minutes, and I know that I watch YouTube's as well, and I know I don't like long videos, so I will try not to make it too long. Today I want to talk to you guys about the day that I got reported to social services. I don't know if that's how you call them. Those people that when you report like a certain abuse, child abuse, I don't know if that's what it's called. To me, that's what came up to my mind, the social services. I'm going to tell you how it all started, how the story started. I was at my dental place getting my checkup, my 6-month dental checkup. And I was seen by this dentist, this dentist person that he had never treated me, or I had never seen him or done my teeth or whatever. And I really liked him. I was like, what I liked about him, that everything he was doing on me, he would prepare me. You know how sometimes you're at the dentist and you're like, what are they doing? You're just wondering, you can't talk to them because they got you all with these stuff on your mouth. And sometimes I do wonder, like, what are they doing, or this and that. And this doctor at the dentist place would tell me basically every little step he was doing. If he was gonna start doing whatever he was doing, he'll tell me, oh, you're gonna feel this, but it's nothing much. Like, he was very, 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 like, attentive and concerned, and would tell me everything that was going on. And I really liked that. And I was like, I know that was, let's say, I think it was like a February that I went for this year, 2018, for a doctor visit. And then my kid's 6-month dental visit was coming up in April. So I told the receptionist at the front, you know what? And I told the doctor too. I said, you know what? I want you to see my kids, because I really like how you helped. I really like how you're telling me everything. So I feel like you won't get my kids nervous because you're preparing them. And he was like, yeah, maybe about, just to let you know, around that time I'm planning to leave to out of state. I don't remember if he said Arizona or somewhere over there, because he was gonna continue his schooling, I guess, in the dentist field. I don't know, but I was like, well, I'll still request you just in case that, if you're still here, I want you to see my kids. So then the day came in the month of April. I don't know exactly what date, but it was in April. And due to me not being able to request ahead of time the day off, I asked my dad, since he's retired and he helps me a lot with the kids and watches them, I asked him if he could take them to the dentist for their 6-month cleaning and checkup and all that. And he's done before that too. Like, he's helped me before, like, take him to the dentist or doctor. So I know I could depend on him. And so he went, and when the night came, my daughter was like, Mom, the doctor kept asking me what was wrong with my hand. And I said, well, did you tell him? Because my daughter suffers from psoriasis. So she started on her scalp, then now it's spread to her ear, and now it's spread to her elbows, and now her knees. So on her arms she'll have like some rashes, like white I don't know if to call them rashes, but she has, I'll put some pictures at the end of the video so you guys can see. So she has that, like some white rashes on her skin, like and she also had like right here, this part right here. I'm gonna point with my nose because I'm holding the phone. She woke up a day before with this rash. She woke up with this rash, red rash, and it was itching, and to me it looked like hives, and it didn't look like anything concerning for me to take her to ER. What I did, I bought her some itching cortisone. I don't know how you call it, but it's some itching medication over the counter that you could put it for the itching. And then I told my dad if he could put on it's a little pink medicine for like I remember when I had chicken pox, we would use those for the itching. It doesn't come to my mind right now, but yeah, I put some of that. So the next day after their so I told my daughter, so what did you tell the doctor? I said, was he talking about the redness that just appeared on the hand, or is he talking about your psoriasis? And she goes, I don't know. I said, well, you should have told him, because if he's asking you, he's concerned about something, you know? So the next day, my daughter woke up and she's like this. She's like, it hurts. Like, it looked really swollen. At this time, you know, I mean, it looked swollen, but I told her, when I get out, I'm not going to let you go to school, but when I get out from work, I'm going to take you to urgent care, kids urgent care. And so meanwhile, I told my dad to keep putting that pink little that I'm talking about. I don't know the name of it. It doesn't come to my mind right now. And I told him to put the itching thingy cream that I bought for her. And then I think I had bought some medicine for allergy, just in case there was an allergy reaction. So my dad gave that to her. During the day, during the time I was at work, I called her to see how she was doing. She's like, Mom, I think it's helped a little bit. It's not as swollen as before. And then my mom calls me in the morning, and she's like, Priscilla, she's my brother's daughter. She says that there was some cops looking for you last night, but that you didn't open the door. I was like, I was there the whole night. I was like, but we have like a gate. So, and it's closed, you can't really see inside, so, you know, I didn't hear them knocking, to be honest. And she's like, well, they're looking for you. I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I thought she was lying. I said, she's crazy, she's just making that up, you know, I don't think it's true. Why should they be looking for me if I don't owe any tickets? Second, why would they be looking for me? And then later on that day, when she told me that, my dad and my mom called me. They're like, a couple hours after, they call from social services and they want to talk to you. When she said social service, I'm like, it has to do with my kids. I said, what the heck, you know, like, what the heck's going on? Like, who would report me? Because I love my kids. And if you go to my Instagram page, or if, I'm always with them. I'm always taking them places. I'm always showing them love. I give them everything. They're everything for me. I would never do anything to hurt my kids. And so I called right away because I got scared. I was like, the first thing that went to my mind was like my ex. I don't know, it just came to my mind. I said, maybe he's trying to report me just so he could have the kids or something, you know. But that's what went to my mind first. Then I called social services. The lady that was in charge of my case, she introduced herself to me, and she's like, we're calling you because there was a report that your daughter's they're concerned about your daughter's there was a report that something might be going on. And I'm like, well, I'm at work. I said, well, I can't talk right now. I'm at work. I cannot talk to you guys till I get off from work. And my kids are in school. Actually, I told her, my daughter's not in school. I didn't let her go to school today. And she's like, oh, why? And I'm like, she didn't go to school because she has like this big rash in her hand and it was hurting. And so I didn't take her to school. I told her to stay, and she's at my mom's house, and my son doesn't get off till 3. And so she goes, oh, can we talk to your kids? I said, sure. I said, I gave him my mom's address. I said, well, my son gets off at a certain time. My daughter didn't go to school, but you could go talk to them. So I called my dad and my mom. I told them to expect a visit from her and this and that. And by the time my mom was asking, but why are they reporting you? Why does she want to see you? What's going on? But the social worker told me, well, you know why we're calling you? Because there was a report that your daughter has burns in her hand. I was like, oh my God. I said, burns? She has psoriasis. And I told her, a week before you guys are reporting me, I had went to her dermatologist, and I had asked if the white stuff coming on her hand and coming out on her knees, was that part of the psoriasis and part of her ear, and the doctor confirmed that that's part of the psoriasis. And the doctor had told me that most of the times when psoriasis it starts like on the elbows and the knees and so forth. So I had proof of all that. My daughter had just been diagnosed with psoriasis that January. She started in November. She started in her scalp, and it didn't get diagnosed till January. So anyways, I'm like, oh my God, I got all the proofs. I have all her medication. That redness that she has, that's something that just came out, and I don't know what it is, but I thought it was just like hives. So I didn't think it was something serious, but to give her medication for it, and that's what I told her. And to make the story short, so they went and talked to my kids, and I didn't prepare my kids. I didn't tell them, oh, this lady's coming. But when I talked to my daughter, she's like, why did you send that creepy lady asking me all these questions? And I was like, I told her what was going on, and I was like, see, it's because you need to speak up. I told her, because when the doctor asked you what's wrong with your hand and you just went like that, I don't know, then, at least you should have told him, like, this redness here just started, but this is psoriasis. See what happens for not speaking up? The doctor thought that you were being abused, and what the doctor thought is that those white stuff here, that psoriasis, was like dry burns. And then that redness that was where I show you guys was like something like a new burn. And so when I asked my dad, did they ever ask you what was that at the dentist on that day? And my dad's like, yeah, they asked me, but I told them that it was rashes. So my dad doesn't know what is it called. He doesn't know it's psoriasis. He just know that there's like rashes that flare up on her skin. And so then I had to go to like a good 2 months for them to close my case. They had to go and check the house. They check everything, her room, where how we live. They make sure we have fire extinguishers. They just went there and just basically looked how we were living. And then I had to go through some paperwork, showing them proof, showing them doctor visits, medication that she takes. They had to interview me. They had to interview my new partner. In the video, I call him hubby. I call him boyfriend. We're not married yet, but my hubby, my boyfriend, they had to interview him. And my hubby was just like concerned because he's like, I hope they're not trying to blame me or say that I'm abusing. I said, there's nothing to be like afraid of, because I'm with my kids 100% of all times, and when they're not with me, they're the other 90% are my dad and my mom. And I had mixed feelings now about this dental place, because I know the doctor was trying to do the right thing. I mean, I think if I thought somebody was abused or being abused, then I think I would do the same thing, But then I had mixed feelings too. I was like, well, I know he's doing the right thing, but too, I'm not treating my kids, I'm not abusing my kids. So I was kind of mad and kind of trying to understand. So then, now the case closed. They sent me a letter, thank God, saying that the case was closed. The last time that I was seen by these people, they took a RN to the house, because my kids have asthma. So the RN had to check that all their medication was up to date, that there's no expiration on the medication. I think I had one of the inhalers expire. I had to throw it away. So they were really on it. But I was this close not to go to the dentist place, but after talking to their staff, I said, well, their staff's been pretty nice to me. I like how they treat me. I like how they treat my kids. And this doctor is not even staying there no more. But now I have mixed feelings. I didn't know if to go back, but I gave them one more chance. And their staff is excellent. I love how they treat my kids. I love how they treat me. So for one person to maybe have ruined, all of it for me, I mean, just give them another try. And I know the doctor, like I said, I mean, he's concerned, I mean, he's trying to do his job, but like they say, if there's nothing you have to hide, or nothing you're not abusing your kids, or there's nothing to hide for, So they closed my case, and I'm so glad that everything went well and they didn't take my kids away, because I was scared. I said, they're gonna take my kids away, and I haven't done nothing to them. When there's other cases that kids get abused and they never do anything about it until the child's dead. So that's my story time, and the time I was reported, and it felt terrible. I don't want to have other mothers go through this, because it's a feeling what, what's going on. I don't abuse my kids. I love my kids. But yeah, that's my story time. I thank you for listening. Thank you for being here with me today, and I'll be uploading more videos. Could be makeup tutorial, don't know, whatever comes into my mind. God bless you and have a nice day. You're probably like, she's back, didn't she say goodbye? Thank you for watching. Just forgot to mention some stuff, some important stuff. Just want to let you guys know that children's services, social services, whatever you call them, they never told me who reported me, because they're not allowed to say who reported me, because of retaliation maybe, or because that's just the law and they could get in trouble if they let me know. The only reason that I found out is because I remember my daughter telling me the night before everything, when I found out everything, my daughter told me that the doctor had asked her about her hands. And so when the children's social services called me, and she says that there was a report that there's some burning in her hands, and that's why I thought it was the dental place, and it was, just like when I told her, I think I know who reported me, she never confirmed, she never told me yes, it was them. Actually, the ones that did tell me who reported me was the police. Actually, I even had like a policeman come to the house looking for me, wanting to talk to me, but I was never there. I was either at work or I was either out, you know. And my brother kept telling my mom, oh, the police came, they're looking for her. So I called the children, my social worker that was taking the case, and asked her, why are they still coming trying to talk to me if you're already handling the case? Oh, they just doing it out of precaution. The cops are just they didn't get to talk to you that first day we went. Like, they just want to make sure the kids are fine, and they want to talk to the children. So I was at 99-cent store, and it was Easter Day or before Easter Day, and I was shopping for Easter stuff for my kids, and it was early in the morning, and the cops were there waiting for me. And then my hubby called me, and he's like, well, they came knocking on the door, they're looking for you. And so I said, let me talk to them. And then I said, well, I'm at 99-cent store at so-and-so. I said, if you want to come over here, you could talk to me over here, or you could wait for me. I'm already on the register, ready to pay for my stuff. And they're like, no, we'll wait here for you. So I just want to clarify that Children's Services never told me who reported. And actually, the police did tell me it was the dental place. And one thing I forgot to mention is I did take my daughter to urgent care. After all that, I did take her because I didn't want no problems, and I wanted to have proof for me that I didn't burn her. So I took her to ER, and she was seen by a doctor, and she was diagnosed with a skin infection, which means that I forgot what they call that condition. And it's like, it usually that occurs when she have like an insect bite, could be flea bite, and maybe she scratched and she had her hands dirty and it got infected. Could have been from a scrape, from an insect bite, or just something that opened in her skin and it just got infected. That's what it was. So I'm just glad that I had everything on hand, all my proofs, and they had nothing to blame me for. So here you'll see some of the pictures. I can't show you the pictures from her scalp, how it looked, the psoriasis, even though it has nothing to do with it didn't have to do with anything with her scalp. It was more her hand. But just, I wanted to show you guys how her psoriasis looked from head to her hands, elbows, and knees. But I'll show you the pictures, just what I have. And thank you for watching. And I'm sorry I had to record a little bit more about some of the things I forgot to mention. Also, the manager at the dental place talked to me. We had a good talk, and they apologized for everything. And when I talked to her, we just that's how I decided to give them another try, because they were, they just didn't want me to go with that bad feeling of them, so yeah, that's my story. So just stay tuned to watch the pictures.